Welcome everyone to another episode of Riftwalkers. Before we get to the show, just wanted to give a big thank you for everyone who's listening, and a huge shout out to our newest patron, Kara. Thank you for your support. It means so much to the show and all of us here. Now, as we find our party in the kin capital city of Udealo, after defeating the aspect of the Valor, Barasurak, they have returned to Leirotz's tavern. It was there that Luna revealed she would be leaving for a matter of weeks, and admonished them to prepare and relax. We followed the stories of Val and Afron over that time period, but now we flash back to that moment as they all returned. Luna has addressed the group, had her words with Val, and then goes outside to find Ralandir waiting for her.
Walking slowly and determinedly towards Luna, Ralandir addresses her as she's walking out. These past few weeks have honestly been nothing if not confusing and exhausting, but thank you, nonetheless. That was important, and we couldn't have done it without you.
No, I know. Unfortunately, you'll have to be without me for a little while. And when I come back, we'll see what new headway we can make.
And nodding his head, he lets out a slow breath. So, before you go, I was hoping I might have a few words with you.
Yes, of course.
Why are you doing this? What goal are you reaching for with us? Between the experiences that I've had with the deity and this world, honestly, one moment I'm convinced that a certain path is correct, and the next, my head is reeling, unsure of, quite frankly, if the things we're doing are right. What are your goals? What is driving you to help us?
Ralandir, you're confused, and I understand that. The first time I ever exercised my powers, I thought I was chosen to be a godborn, similar to you, but I saw Sereth in that moment. And when I awoke from that stupor, an entire district of the city that I grew up in had been destroyed. Hundreds, perhaps more, had been slaughtered in an ethereal flame that I unleashed upon them, destroying entire city blocks. I hated myself after that. I hated the power I had. And when I learned that I wasn't Godborn, that I had more power than I thought I already did, I knew that I had to control it. And if this is just an inkling of the power that an ethereal holds at their whim, at every instant, then someone has to stand up to them. Someone has to be on our side. I don't have a great relationship with the gods. I never have. Ethereal reality, Valor, they don't matter to me. But I don't believe they want everything we want. I don't believe they ever have. And something tells me that there are forces at work behind all of this going on right now that we don't understand. The Valors, I don't know what they are, but they're not our enemy. As much as someone was pulling your strings all along, someone's pulling theirs. Whether it's Vale or some other reality, I don't know. But even then, I feel like we would know. I fear it's more. I fear it's an ethereal.
And kind of cutting her off at this point, Ralandir, standing up a bit straighter and more determination in his eyes, just says, Luna, I have something I have been needing to tell someone, anyone, but due to certain consequences, should that happen, I can't. Is there something you can do that I can communicate with you outside of the realm of ethereals, Valors, humans, kin, anyone being able to comprehend, being able to pick up on what it is we're saying?
I'm tired and drained, but there is someplace I could bring us.
It will not take long. And if not, I completely understand. And he kind of drifts off with his eyes. I can wait.
No, it's okay. I can do it, but we cannot stay long.
Very well.
And it will not be pleasant.
And nodding his head and kind of shifting his shoulders, do it.
And Luna extends her hand to Ralandir, palm facing upward.
And Ralandir extends his and takes it.
And as soon as you clutch her hand, you are pulled, ripped, stretched to infinity, to breaking, to unimaginable pain, as every fiber of your being seems to be torn apart and reassembled meticulously, piece by piece, and then you come to in a realm of complete and utter darkness. Everything sounds slightly muted. You look around and there's nothing but you and Luna. There's a bit of light, one far end of your vision, faintly there, growing brighter, shedding its light on the two of you. But other than that, you see absolutely nothing. And it's not just blackness. It's not dark. But the longer you stare, the more you feel an otherworldly call, a strange belonging, a terrible, terrible madness.
Can Ralandir see Luna?
Yes.
Taking as much effort as he can to free himself of just every instinct to simply gaze around and to stand in awe of the feelings and the sight, Ralandir forces himself to focus on communicating with Luna. I need to tell you the things you're saying, this being who is pulling these strings, the one perhaps ruling the Valors, the realities, whether they know it not. I think I know who it is. At least I was told who it could be from Sindur when I had my interactions with him upon becoming a Godborn. He revealed it to me that it was Air, the counterpart of Egg, hoping in some way to bring about the end of this world. And that, more so than that, me and my companions are much closer to him than perhaps any of them are aware of, for he is a being who has given us our task known as the Wanderer. I need to know that you either can help us identify and accurately assess if that is the truth, or simply to protect us, and like you said, be that force to buffer them. Not a moment goes by that I don't have it present in my being that we could be gone in an instant.
Ralandir, I wish I'd known. Air, as you probably know, is the brother of Egg, the first two ethereals, where humans believe that Egg created the mortal plane. Hence the name of our world, Eggadon, the body of Egg. They're wrong. It was Air who crafted everything from his being, and then was cast out by his brother. But I wish somehow, Ralandir, I could have known this before. She looks around, indicating the emptiness around you and the growing light. Ralandir, this is the void. This is where the ethereals were born. This is where Sereth took the energies to create humanity. And this is where Air dwells. I'm sorry, but... And as the light grows brighter and brighter, approaching you, almost swallowing you, both of your voices almost muted by this increasing ringing in your ears, she just says, "He heard you." And then you're swallowed by the light.
Oh no.
What a boo.
Oh dang, guys. Okay, well,
Is Luna no good?
Done messed up. Okay, that's not great.
And as Ralandir and Luna burst back into existence outside the tavern, not a millisecond passed after they disappeared, she lets go of your hand, looks up at you with uncertain eyes.
He's freaking out.
And then says, "I have to go."
What do you mean you have to go? What's going to happen? Are we safe?
It depends whether or not he is behind all this, as you say. But I'm telling you this. He is not who he used to be. He is weak. But speak his name no further. Tell none of the others what you've seen here, what you've heard. For their safety and yours, forget it. Drive it from your mind, from your memory. If anyone were to ever peer inside and know what you know, we would be gone in an instant. And I can only protect you for so much longer. I have to leave, but I will return with new knowledge and new direction. Goodbye.
On that note, Ralandir raises his face out of his hands where they had been firmly planted. A few tears streaming down simply from stress and anxiety and fear. He quickly tries to make himself look somewhat put together and quickly rushes back inside and takes up residence in his room.
Where he finds a mint on the pillow and a bottle of whiskey on the nightstand.
As the days and nights drag on in the tavern, one night, not too long after the first, Ralandir finds himself, fist raised to knock on Val's door.
And he lets loose a few cheery raps upon the door and waits.
Val answers, looking a little bit, I would say, like, frazzled for himself. He's a little disheveled, I guess is a better word. Like, he's been doing nothing but practice intent day in and day out for however long it's been.
And as the door opens and Ralandir sees Val, he says, Val, I haven't seen you for, well, let's say it's been a while, and I honestly think that, well, I've gathered the others down in the main room downstairs, and I've got something that I think will both suit your purposes and the rest of ours to recuperate, lighten our spirits, but also prepare. Would you join me?
Sure, yeah.
Excellent. And he kind of pushes the door open a little further inwards and waits for him to step out.
I will follow wherever you lead.
Very well. Then as we descend from the inn rooms down into the tavern area, you see that the whole floor has been cleared of the normal tables and chairs, except for two pretty sizably thick wooden beams that are standing vertically in the center of the room. And the rest of the entourage is kind of, scattered throughout the room. And as we enter, Ralandir, talking to mainly Val, but also everyone, just says, Now, I know it's been a few days, we've been about our business, but I thought we could really use some activity to hone our senses, rejoin our camaraderie once again, and, well, I think I have just the thing. You see, in the Wardens, useful training and something we do to blow off some steam occasionally would be to bind together random pieces of wood that we hadn't used for construction, and within these pieces of wood we would place items. Now, whatever would be valuable to soldiers at the time, but for now I've placed simple coins, which I've borrowed from Efron's pouch. And he kind of grits through his teeth and smiles at Efron. Now, the purposes here are quite simple. You must retrieve the coin from the center of the beams. However, the only ones really doing much will be Val and myself. Now, the roles are a bit different, whereas normally this is a contest of strength. This instead will be a contest of wills and of intent. And he kind of gives a little wink. So, here what we have are 2 beams, 2 coins, and he kind of goes around pointing and counting off the people who are here. I'm assuming everyone is Captain Kelneus here as well, which you have joined?
Yes.
Great. So, amidst the 5 others who are there, Ralandir splits off 3 onto one side and 2 onto the other. So you have, well, he'll put Lerots, Ifran on his side, and he'll put Kelneus, Brynir, and Mik on another side. And he says, Now, Val, it's really quite simple. You and I, we attempt to get the coin out, but we can only use those words which our team gives us. And I think we both know the words that we choose are quite important. So when he looks at the others, choose carefully. We each have 3 attempts to remove the coin from its place, and whoever does it the quickest or the most efficiently keeps the lot.
Do the coins not belong to Efron?
Well, I can work that out later. But nonetheless, I say since you have 3 people on your side and I have 2 on mine, I shall go first, as I have the lesser of the combined brain space, and we'll set off.
Wait, what?
He's got fewer people.
Oh, lesser. It sounded like they were stupid. Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me. It's like, I've got the dumb team, so
I got what you meant by 2 people versus
it was
3,
it was both a jest and a physical description. Yes. So, Ifran, What word would you think would be useful to retrieve this coin out? He says, carefully eyeing the beam that's strapped together.
When it comes to intent, I am no master.
Oh, but you are a trader, a money man. How would you prefer to get your money back?
Oh, yes. I know exactly the word. I would simply say refund.
Incredible.
All right. Then, pacing back a few steps, Ralandir kind of closes his eyes and he envisions as vividly as he can retrieving a handful of coins, the coins that he took from Ephron's pouch. And because he's actually not trying just to get his coin, he's trying to get Val's coin as well. And he simply says, refund. Are we going to do this like the normal intent? Or...
Yeah, why not?
All right. Ooh, hot dang. On my D20 roll, I got 28. And then for my D100, 23.
That is a masterful success. That is as close to being a complete and total perfect success as you can get.
What can I say? So, does it just happen precisely as he imagined it, or?
It happens precisely as you dictate it.
All right. So, as he says these words, the pillars themselves don't even move at all in the slightest, but you do see that as he kind of reaches out his hand, as if reaching out for a bank teller or a shopkeeper to return some change or to give him a refund for a faulty product, the coins, 2 of them, gleaming and immaculate, simply appear, and you hear a slight clink in his hands. And he opens them, revealing not 1, but 2 coins. Ephron, I should get you involved more often. Perhaps we could get more coin where this is involved. But nonetheless, I do say that could be a bit unfair if I'd have both your coin and mine. So I'll tell you this. I planned on this happening perchance. So within the bottom of both of these is yet another coin. And he kind of glances back at Ephron since he took not 2, but 4. And if you are able to produce a similar or greater effect, then we'll call us equals.
Something about this, I don't know. Having seen you do that feels a little unfair. You are Godborn and also have an additional 45 years on top of me. So...
Now, I do have one small question, Ralandir. The rules of this game, is the other team allowed to use the same word that we have used? Because, as we have seen, refund is a most powerful word when it comes to intent.
And I have done a bit of studying in the past 45 years among the kin scholars. He kind of straightens up a little cockily. It is not just the word, Ephron, that does this, but truly the user's visualization and their ability to conjure it in their minds as reality, more than just the word. The word is more a conduit of how it happens. So, were Val and his team to use the same word, true. They could produce the same thing. They could also produce an entirely different phenomenon.
Well, team, what is my word?
Why don't you use the word recover?
The simple the better, in my opinion. I say, just take it.
I was going to say, show me the money, but that works too.
I don't. Show me the money is quite. It's fun, I suppose. But that is more than one word. Is that allowed?
Hey, it's intent, baby. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, all right.
I know if I say, show me the money, I for sure get that money.
All right. Val will envision Mik performing a sort of busking bard performance in a very fanciful costume, just sort of being showered with coins as people applaud, walking by, listening to Mik play. And I'll make my rolls, I guess. We have a 22 on my D10. 20, sorry, wow. Math. And an 81 on my D100.
It was perfect.
Turns out Ryan just has you roll arbitrarily, and then he like spins a wheel to see if it succeeds or
It's a wheel with all of our names on it. Val.
No, there is a system. So that was a success. However, maybe that intent was realized in a slightly different way than Val was hoping, as suddenly appearing out of thin air, as if they were cascading from the jackpot winning slot machine, coins begin pouring down on Mik
That's beautiful.
from who knows where.
I get my loot out, and in the center of the loot, I try to catch all the coins.
The 2 coins that Ralandir had placed, however, do not move at all.
I told you, Val, it works every time.
It worked in one way, I suppose.
Rolandir's half on the ground just laughing at the result of this and smiling and cheering. And as the coins rain down and they cease and everyone's enjoying the scene of tomfoolery before them, Rolandir nudges Larots and says, I think we all deserve a round after that one. Good to see everyone smiling again.
That was already on the board. One more on the house. Then I think next time Val's paying.
And the night carries on with laughter and good cheer and fortune. Now, flashing back once more to the moments after the group emerged from the basement, from the cellar and the secret chamber, we hone in on Mik.
Mik goes back to his room after getting some supplies that he had from the Susel Manor. And gets some of those supplies and brings it back to the tavern and retreats to his room, pondering on a lot of the events that just occurred. When the morning comes, he sees Ralandir come out of his room and quickly runs up to him and goes, Ralandir, if I may have a word with you, please.
And Ralandir, looking as if he's worlds away, comes back to reality there and says, yes, Mik, of course. Of course.
Thank you. Walk with me, will you?
Lead the way.
My dear friend, it's been a while. It's been a while for me, or so I thought, a month. But I know it's been nearly a lifetime for you.
Well, perhaps if I hadn't undergone whatever change it was I was before, but it's interesting. 45 years goes by and I feel no different, as if it were merely yesterday. Still getting used to this all, but nevertheless, I'm glad that we're all safe here together again.
Absolutely. And no doubt you've been busy.
Yes. I mean, everything has been weighing on my mind since this whole thing started, but really, and he kind of looks subconsciously down at his uniform he's wearing and says, the kin have been good to me. After an initial adjustment period, they warmed up to the idea of me being able to serve not only in their military, but study with some of their greatest minds, learn truly what intent is, to be able to harness it. And 45 years is nowhere near long enough, even then, to really learn and grasp what there is to know. I'm appreciative for the things they've taught me.
And by this time, Ralandir and Mik have walked down the stairs and have walked to a corner to sit down in the tavern, kind of a little more private and away.
But tell me what's been going on in the month you've been here. And he kind of looks at the outfit that Mik is wearing, and he just says, well, not that you've ever settled for anything less than elegant and fantastic, but you seem to have done particularly well for yourself in the Kinlands.
Mik looks down at his outfit and goes, oh, this old thing? I barely even knew I had it on. Thank you. It's been quite an experience. I guess you could say I've been a little out of sorts, a little not myself, if you could call it that. Being Dearda and everything. It gets messy. I'm not going to talk about it. Anyways, while I've been here, I've been trying to gather some information. I've been thinking about our quest and everything that's commenced over the last while. You must understand, Reese, may I call you Reese? Or Ralandir will do.
And he kind of like stutters a few times, and he just says, it's strange. Mentally, I know it should be no issue calling me Reese, but honestly, anytime anyone says that name, it seems the more time goes on, the less and less I actually recognize it, relate to it. So feel free to call me as you will, but Ralandir is the only thing that seems to register now.
Ralandir it is. Ralandir, as I've been here, I've been trying to gather information. Some information, such as relating to Luna, with no avail. Of course, now we know why. While I've been here, of course, I've been doing the normal things that you do day to day, gathering supplies, sharpening my skills. But at night, now that's another story. Let's just say have my connections. But Ralandir, I didn't want to speak to you about that tonight. Something's been on my mind ever since we came back to this world. I keep on thinking about his eyes staring back at me.
Whose?
I keep on thinking about Luca.
Yes, honestly, it happened so quickly. We were in and out. I haven't given much thought to it, but I should have. And I can only imagine that it's unsettling with the task that we've been given to see what could happen if things don't go well for us.
Now, this may come as a surprise to you, but underneath this neat, composed, beautiful body, I'm a little terrified. In fact, I'm rather nervous about where this is all going to lead. I keep on thinking that all of us play a part in this. And my question to you is, what is my part in this plan?
Honestly, and he gets a big grin on his face, he says, simply to the point that you were discussing about Luca and his unfortunate fate, I can't imagine the group without you, Mik. I mean, the things that we've seen, the things that we've had to do, it can be unsettling, it can be disturbing, it can honestly bring one to their knees and not be able to move on. But somehow, you seem to always have a chip on your shoulder, a smile on your face, and I've seen the others. They do look up to you. They look for some relief from the dreariness, and somehow you give it naturally. So, coming from someone who's had to lead men into battle and see their unfortunate demise, that is truly the most admirable quality anyone can ask for in a leader.
Mik looks down a little bit, shakes his head gently, and goes, Ralandir, you flatter me. I don't think myself that way, but I appreciate your kind words. My feeling through us all, of course, I didn't expect to get involved in this, and especially so enveloped in what's happening, but I want to play a greater role in this. I want to know what is my purpose. And I don't know if you have the answers, but I thought that out of all of us, you would have some perspective.
Nodding his head slowly and kind of leaning further back into his chair, Ralandir ponders for a few moments. And then leaning back forward, he looks Mik in the eyes and just says, Mik, I hope you truly understand the gravity of the situation we are all in. The role you play, the role each of us plays, is not only for our own survival, which is truly at stake every moment, but for that of those we love, for that of the chance we have, or perhaps you have, if you so wish, of ever returning back to the old world. Your role is quite literally to save our souls, to save your soul. And I wish I could be more specific. I wish I could give you perhaps a more concrete thing to hold on to strive towards, but that is it in its grand entirety. For aside from that, it is truly to enlighten others, to be their beacon, their aid, their friend, and be a helping hand wherever you can.
I think I'm beginning to grasp the gravity of the situation. Thank you, Ralandir. I appreciate your counsel. I appreciate your kind words, as I said.
Yes, and I think before we go any further throughout our weeks, I've been meaning to talk to you about a little ditty I'd like to work up with you. Perhaps we can write something up before we head out in 2 weeks' time.
How delicious! I've been practicing the last month. I don't know how great I am, but yes, I would love to do that. A couple of days later, thinking about the conversation that Mik had with Ralandir, Mik goes up to Brenier and he says, "What do you think, Brenier? What do you feel about playing the drums again?"
I'm not going to lie, Mick. I quite enjoy our performances. It does bring me joy, as you know, that I wasn't quite always this way, and so why not? What did you have in mind?
I'm so glad you asked. To the tavern! Tavern Icon! So Mik transforms into an Elveret at this point, Elveret man, and with slightly longer hair to his shoulders, and puts on a beautiful silver robe. And Brenier and Mik make their way downtown and go to the Tavern Icon. And they stroll in, bust through the doors where many people see them and they greet them with glee and say, "Hey!" Greet them with glee and welcome them into the tavern. And Mik goes, "Lovely to see you. Love that new haircut," and starts to walk through the crowd. And so we make our way backstage and question, do we have time to perform a song?
Yes.
Okay, man. Chris is not very good at writing songs, but here we go. Okay, so we enter the stage and the crowd erupts into cheers and claps, and we take our seats, me being on the left and Brenier being on the right. I take my lute out and I am Mik. Brenier takes out his one hand drum and Mik introduces them and goes, "Hello everyone, we are the Salacious Duo! I am Ratoon, and this is Brenier." And then the crowd again erupts into cheers and claps and everything.
Salacious dude.
Because I also imagine this is like totally uncharacteristic of an Elveret to be like this.
No, I literally came out of nowhere and say that's Brenier, but they don't give it. So Mik takes his place and goes, "Well, we're going to play a little ditty tonight. This is a new one. I mean, for those who haven't heard at our other performances. Am I right, Brenier?"
Yes, quite right.
Lovely. And this one goes to all the lovers out there. Mik singles out one random person and winks at them, and they faint. So Mik goes and he introduces the song and says, "Now, this is a particular song that I want to dedicate to my dear friend. A hero, really. A hero that we all need. Someone who's charitable, loving, heroic, beautiful, and above all else, compassionate. Hit it, Brenier!" And you hear some light dun, 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 dun with the drums. And then you hear a beautiful Spanish lute. A little, Anyways. Where do I begin? Describe my dearest friend. A humanitarian, a fighter, and a lover he be. The greatest of his deeds, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see.
Wait and see. Brenier's not quite as talented.
I love it.
Let's give a round of applause for Brenier. We'll have to wait and see.
Wait and see.
That hero named Mickey. Yes, Mickey was his name. Serving others to no gain. How can this be? Helping selflessly. Selflessly.
Selflessly.
A hero, Mickey. Women, they faint at the sight of him. Muscles so big, you think that he's elfkin. Elfkin.
Elfkin.
He's here to win. Oh, Mickey, we are blessed to know thy name. Mickey, we cherish. You'll go down in infame. Infamy.
Infamy.
Our dear Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you have our hearts. Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. And we exit the stage and go downstairs.
I knew it was going to be about Mick. I knew it.
The crowd is going wild.
Okay, so just here. Oh,
Someone throws their panties on stage.
I just want you to know that I imagine that as that scene in Parks and Rec where Ron Swanson is Duke Silver and the woman turns and looks at Diane
With the
wants to like kill her. That's what I saw happening.
that was
okay,
amazing.
so let Chris come down. Anyways, so Mick and Brenier, of course, start to make their way towards the bar. And Mick sits down, and I assume that Brenier sits down as well. And we order a drink, and we're just sitting there.
You receive a lot of affable pats on the back, some congratulations, some jokes and jests shared, quite a few laughs. And then finally, a familiar, friendly face, sits in the stool beside you. You recognize this elfkin as And Akil, someone who you've cultivated quite a friendship with over this past month, who's served as your contact within the society at large. And he says, My Brethren, that was quite the song. I would sorely wish to meet this Mick one day.
Don't you ever. He's quite the valiant, wonderful, attractive man. Perhaps you'll meet his acquaintance one day.
One can only hope. But I assume that you have other purposes here tonight?
That I do, actually.
To get wrecked. Let's go.
But excuse me, before we get to that, I'm just going to take my leave outside to check the weather, if you know what I mean.
Really? Do you think the weather will be holding for as long as it has?
Let's hope it stays this mild.
One would hope that it stays this mild, but I heard there was in fact a storm coming.
Good gracious. I might need an umbrella.
Yes. Perhaps it would be wise for us to check on the weather.
Perhaps we shall. Brenier, what do you think?
Yes, I think that would be best.
Yes. Let us check on the weather and hope it stays this mild.
Carry on, let's take our leave. And Mick and Brenier.
I want everybody to know Brenier is thinking in his head, man, Mick and this guy are so bad at doing this.
Okay, so Andakil, so we follow Andakil outside, both Mick and Brenier. What news do you have for us, Andakil?
There are storms brewing all across the Kinlands, especially in the west. It is strange. Usually, one would find fair horizons across all the Kinlands. But in this day and age, when everything is so embroiled in war, it is even stranger that there is stormy weather on the horizon, especially within our own borders. I am hesitant to say that our relations with the Emir may be affected by these coming storms.
Perhaps all of us need a new cloak to face these storms.
That would do well, though I would prefer not to have to wear one at all.
I understand. A man of my own intuition. He looks around. I'm just kidding. He doesn't do that, but...
The inner sanctum of the entire operation.
Okay, great. So he says, wonderful. Anything else? How about in the east?
Unfortunately, the forecasts so far out of my jurisdiction remain cloudy to say the least. What little I could garner from what I saw and know, it seems that there are blizzards in the north, moving westward, supposedly from the human city of Bastion, though where they originate from, their impetus, I am unsure. As for us now in Udealo, I am positive we are in the eye of the hurricane, and soon we will not be.
Well, we'll have to figure out how best to prepare for these storms, of course, because they're coming our way. Thank you. I appreciate everything that you've told me tonight.
I look forward to your next performance.
Thank you. It'll be a smashing one. Perhaps next Thursday, but we'll have to see. Play it by ear with the weather, of course.
Of course. Good night, my friends.
Okay, so Brunier and I start walking back to the tavern.
The rest of Mik and Brinier's night goes by uneventfully. And as night melds into day, melds into night, and once more into day, as a week passes, we arrive once more at the tavern's parlor, where the group has gathered for a rather light, innocent moment of respite. At the conclusion of this photograph moment, where everyone is able to breathe a sigh of relief, a light chuckle hangs in the air, and everyone feels just a little bit more rested. A light rap comes at the door. Ralandir strolls over, still chuckling and peering over his shoulder at his friends, filled with energy and innocence. And as he opens the door and faces forward, his expression falls.